welcome to Everything is the Same Except, a podcast where we take any media we want, alter one thing about it, and then explore what would be affected by this one little thing. I'm your host, Ninja.
I'm Gage, better known as CatComixStudios.
Chrissy?
Is Clucky gonna come in today?
Yes, Clocky is in today. Thank you. Yes, I was going to hide out of embarrassment and/or enter a Highlander duel with Chris, but no. Radioactive Supersonic, aka Clocky, I'm here, and sometimes I interrupt people because that's how it be.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I've never done that.
Interruption. Okay. Are we ready to hear about today's topics? Or at least the first one, everybody?
Fuck, maybe.
Alright, we have to start over. Gage has already ruined the episode. Thanks, Gage.
I said maybe.
Okay. So, first one is quite a heavy hitter. It is Avatar: The Last Airbender, except the movie came first.
No! Wait, actually. What a fucking...
I mean, think about it, though.
What a
We would
redemption
hype this
arc.
thing. It's like, because we'd be like, oh my god, they're making a cartoon series out of that thing? And then, like, we got that, and we would just be completely unprepared. Like, can you imagine the people watching the first episode and, like, is this actually good?
Oh my
This is
god,
good.
that's
And then they just
kind
go
of
from
brilliant.
Because the thing is, there are a
Sounds
lot of
like it's cursed, but it's actually kind of blessed.
like movies that I think would have benefited if they were made into like a TV series instead.
Mm-hmm.
Because like one of the biggest problems with the last Airbender movie was, at least that I've heard, I never saw that god awful thing,
I
is
did.
that there was so much exposition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it wasn't. The problem is not exposition. The problem with exposition, and this is a problem I sympathize with, especially in kids shows, is it is the most necessary of evils in trying to clearly communicate your story.
Yeah.
Is that in the movie, 90% of the dialogue is exposition. There is almost no character development, no humor, no like bouncing off of each other and establishing personalities. It is almost entirely, we have to do this thing.
Yeah.
We have to get to this place. Here are tidbits of information about this place that we are now in. And if you think that sounds awkward, that is literally almost like from the film.
So Ninja, in this timeline,
Yes.
does this mean that the creators of Avatar: The Last Airbender, the cartoon, got the original idea from M. Night Shyamalan?
I mean, okay, you could have it a couple different ways, such as they actually made the original, what's the word? Not script. I'm looking for the thing you make before a script.
Pitch,
That's
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pitch is generally what they call it.
There you go. That's it.
I feel like there's a different thing, though. Like,
I get you.
playwright? No, that's not. Maybe?
That
Usually-
is a person
usually
that makes them.
What it's usually called is either a pitch or a series bible, is what you do.
No, for
Okay,
like a movie.
But besides the
that would
minutia,
still be a pitch.
what
Screenplay!
So the
That's it!
screenplay?
That's
There
the
we go.
bitch! They made the screenplay. M. Night
Mhm.
Shyamalan made the movie.
Okay.
So would this be like a thing of, okay, that guy screwed it up, here's what we really want to do in
Yes.
a better way to tell the story?
Yes.
I like that, but like in a meta sense, I kind of like it better if it was just like this movie happened and tanked.
Yep.
Some person just like slugs their beverage and then slams it on the table and is like, "You know nothing of the true power," and then they saved it, and then so people are just like, lesson from the movie? Did they not realize how extremely bad this is? You just can't save this. And then, like,
Hold
It's
my
like-
beer, and they do.
it comes out.
And then it's like your third eye opens.
I'm trying to think of an instance where this has actually happened before.
Yeah.
I mean,
'Cause
there's definitely been instances where a bad movie became either a good or an okay TV show or cartoon, like the '98 Godzilla movie.
Oh, yeah.
Terrible, absolutely god awful. Cartoon series based off of it that ran for a few seasons, not bad.
See, this is why I love this. I saw this idea going around that's like, why are we always trying to remake good things? Why don't we
Yeah,
just
yeah.
remake more shitty things? Because it's like, if it turns out shitty, it's like, okay, well, I mean, there's no
Tough.
expectations there. And if it turns out great, then it's like, oh no, we made something terrible good.
Yep.
Like, there's no real losing there.
Half the '80s remakes these days. I mean,
Yeah.
have you watched original She-Ra?
No. How dare you ask me that?
All
What's
the girls are
going
just the
on?
same. All the same body type.
Yep.
There's
I
only
get
one
heart
type of
once
sexy
more.
woman. Oh my god. I do also love this idea though, yeah, that like of M. Night Shyamalan has this concept. It's like super interesting, but he just completely shits the bed with it.
Like most of his concepts.
Yes.
Damn, you beat me to it.
Most of them, not all of them.
Yeah, he had those
Sixth
two good
Sense
movies.
was pretty good.
Unfortunately, a lot of his best stuff is behind him.
He
you
peaked
didn't
and
like
everything
Devil-
else is the shit.
Yes.
But not the shit.
But I love the idea. It's like he has this amazing. Like I wonder if that could happen with like some of his other shitty movies, where people take where they just like remake it as like a TV series or something, and it's like good.
I could see some like that. I mean, move a lot of the ableism potentially, but like Split, that could be a fun show. Like
I feel like
know,
you would.
he just
the
needs an
amount
editor.
of ableism in that you would need to remove would basically at that rate just throw at that rate. There's not a baby to save from the bathwater.
but I'm thinking
Maybe
like
don't use that phrase, but yeah.
like what I was thinking was like you could do kind of a thing where like a guy like I mean you would have to
The
be
thing is, the problem with that is like the killer is such a fundamentally ableist trope. I don't feel like you can successfully save it. Like,
I was gonna
feel
twist
like
it.
the
I was gonna
easiest way-
twist it around. He's not like a villain killer. He's like a hero, and like I don't know, traveling around and doing, encountering other people with powers and trying kind of an old, kind of like the '70s Hulk show where he's just kind of traveling around and like his different.
You don't have to steam clean every piece of shit that he's made.
No, but I was just like,
I feel like the easiest way you could like salvage it. We are getting completely off topic, aren't we? Holy
Yeah.
heck! And I was going
Well,
to be
no.
like, okay, fine. Good, we'll not get on this tangent.
I mean, okay. So I feel like in this case, this would be a universe where, regardless of whether Shyamalan created Avatar in it or he just made the movie first, I feel like that automatically does like change up his career a little bit, and it also probably changes up the show.
yeah.
Because like his career, it's like if people start doing that, it's like someone else makes another like short film that's a version of his other shitty movies, and it's like, what does that change for him? I feel like that
Yeah.
definitely changes his life. It's like he hires.
I mean, one
I
thing
mean-
that did just occur to me that it would probably change is I feel like that bit in the Ember Island Players where Sokka gets extremely tired dealing with his actor,
Mm-hmm.
like, deliberately feeding the guy a better script would be basically there would be no way to not read that. Roasting the
Oh
movie.
my god.
Yes. You know what a funny story I heard about that? So I heard the actor who played Sokka in the film, Jackson Rathbone, aka also Jasper from Twilight, but we won't hold that against him.
Yeah.
What I actually heard, what I heard the story was, I don't hold Twilight against anybody who was in those.
Yep.
To be perfectly honest,
They made their money. They're fine.
It wasn't their idea.
Yeah. What I heard was his audition was actually very funny, very lively, and very Sokka-like.
And they told him to tune it down.
They basically sucked all the humor out, and
So basically, he was ready to welcome
if
canon, cartoon compliant Sokka into his heart, and then they were like, "What if we just didn't do that at all?"
And I mean, it still would have been bad
Jason
because
Rathbone
of, you know,
is the real victim of
yeah.
Shyamalan Airbender.
Also, Hartney was like 2 steps away from being Zuko, but then his music schedule conflicted filming dates, and they went in the Dev Patel direction.
Okay, so hear me out, and let me do this. So, relax. It's not a horny thing for once.
Why does that not reassure me?
Shut up. So, the Airbender cartoon gets made, and it's good. It's DiMartino and Steve. I forgot the other guy.
Okay.
Kinitsko. DiMartino Kinitsko.
Yeah, that guy. That gets made, and then instead of making a sequel series, they have like this sort of a pilot movie for a sequel series done by M. Night Shyamalan for The Legend of Korra.
Oh,
Now,
No.
hold on. Do you think that it could be either so bad it's good, or somehow they take it just, I don't know, like all the wrong parts get flipped over just right, that it actually becomes okay?
No, because I don't trust Shyamalan to write good women, particularly bisexual women.
Yeah, that's never, even in his good movies, that's never really been a huge strength of his. So
Fair enough.
He doesn't know how to write women. A lot of...
He gets to make the original shitty Avatar movie. The cartoon happens. He still gets another chance at the other one. It's like, oh, it's shit again. God damn it. Damn it, Shyamalan. Gave you another chance and everything. Now we gotta make this cartoon. They just keep following him every time he makes one of these shitty movies.
That is not even part of
the
this.
Avatar writers being like, the Avatar writers like following him around, just hitting him with a newspaper. No, bad Shyamalan.
But that's not even like an AU. That is literally how this man is. Is just he keeps making shit and people still keep giving him money.
Actually, his last film, actually, I've heard it's not quite that. Like, Split was a huge hit, but the sequel to it was actually self-funded. So,
Woof.
yeah. So, no, he kind of, he definitely. There is a saying: you're only as bad as good as your last hit. So if you've been on a downward string, but then you make a good comeback with something that makes money, people are willing to overlook certain things sometimes.
You know what make me sad though is that I'm immediately thinking like, okay, they make the Avatar movie and it bombs. Like, I feel like there'd be a lot less faith in the cartoon. That honestly, the cartoon probably wouldn't have turned out as well.
Well,
I mean, the thing is though, people can like make a movie about Legos that everyone thinks there's no way this is gonna be good.
Fair enough.
So
there's no such thing as a bad idea. There's almost no such thing as a bad idea. It all depends on your execution.
Modification there.
yeah, quick modification.
Taste the asterisk.
I was about to talk about horse maiden fish tar.
What was that?
Horse maiden fish tar.
That time I
Tell
put
me about
fish
that
head
later.
on a
That
centaur
sounds
body. Horse head on a mermaid body.
Okay.
And then I decided that they're dating.
Or the bad idea of strapping bears to your feet to become taller.
And I mean, movie TV
Back on reviews
cross-pollination
in the movie.
in movie TV cross-pollination happens more often than you'd think. In like big franchise, like okay, Batman the animated series, that was only made because of how big a hit the original Tim Burton Batman was, and they were did in certain cases, especially since Batman Returns was about to come out the same year as Batman the Animated Series premiered, that they had to follow a few certain aesthetic things.
Bat nipples.
From
No!
No, it was mainly that Catwoman was a blonde, Joker was a former gangster, and Penguin looked like Danny DeVito Penguin in the original episodes.
That's hot.
Later got redesigned to be more like his comic book part. But these days, we don't think of it as being particularly Burton influenced because it became its own thing. I think that would be if Avatar: The Last Airbender itself was basically the same. This is in its current form, as opposed to feeling like an animated version of the Shyamalan film. I think the same thing would occur.
You know, I take it back anyway because I feel like that's just such a powerful underdog story. It's like it got a shitty film, but then the cartoon comes out and everyone's like, "Oh, let's go laugh at this shitty cartoon." They see it, and it's like, "Wait, this is actually like really good." And then more people want to see it. It's like that's just inspiring. That's just nice.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm really curious as to what the new live action Netflix series is going to be like, especially since DiMartino and Konietzko are very much involved. I have no frame of reference for what that's going to be like, to be perfectly honest.
To be frank, I don't really care about like remakes of it. Like I've been following all the comics and stuff that came out.
Yeah, comics are pretty solid.
And Legend of Korra and all that. I've been following all that, but I don't really care about remakes that much because it's such a good series. It's like, again, it goes back to the point. It's like, why are you trying to like remake good things? You don't have to do that.
I mean,
okay, so Gage, I'll bite. What do you think is the worst series that absolutely would rock a remake?
Oh yeah, I want to hear this.
Off the top of my head, I don't know. There are a lot of series that I think had like good potential. That I think it's like it just needed a little more time in the oven, as it were.
Yeah.
Honestly, I personally would just be more interested in the idea of like more like animated remakes of things.
Yeah.
Like instead of going from animation to live action, doing the reverse. That seems more interesting to me because there are a lot of things that's like there's just so much potential.
They did do a lot of that in like the 80s and 90s, but to poor results. I'm not saying
I'm not
that's
doing
gonna
it good
happen.
though.
But I'm just
Especially
saying, like, it has happened before where people tried to do that and it was shit.
When you try to do things like, let's make RoboCop into a kid's show twice.
Yeah, I love seeing like aliens toys and shit like that. It's like
It almost got a cartoon. That was a hair's breadth away from getting a bona fide tie-in cartoon, but it got canned at the last minute.
Thank God.
I mean, that's what
God.
It's literally a series where like a lot of it is
body horror and like.
I mean, I was going more for the sexual innuendo. Is that the word for it?
I would say metaphor.
Sexual imagery. There we go.
Yeah.
Clocky, I actually have a couple things I would my soul to get remade in this stage. Visionaries, Knights of the Magical Light, and a proper Gem and the Holograms cartoon. Why is that so hard? Please give me that. Give it to Noelle Stevenson. Let her and her She-Ra people do that next.
The comics were pretty good. The comic remake they did.
I have mixed feelings on the comics. I felt like they were a little too grounded in a lot of ways. Because what I like about the old cartoon is how it's like it's a musical, ridiculous soap opera.
Yeah.
And I felt like the problem with the comics is twofold. I feel like they're it's not a bad idea to make the characters into slightly less idiots.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a bad idea, and a lot of the representation was cool.
Yeah, my main
But
thing
it-
is the character designs. I think those would be good to put into animation.
You could adapt Sophie Campbell's designs pretty well into animation, depending on the studio, I think.
Yeah.
But my problem was, again, it was almost a little too muted, and not the energy that I liked in a number of places. And you can get that a little more in animation. And I'm sorry, but it's a musical. I need to be able to hear
Yep.
the music
Yep.
and the songs.
Okay, I think I have an answer for what I would want to see like remade. And this, I know this is gonna sound like I'm joking, but hear me out. Sword Art Online. Because conceptually, the idea of being stuck in a video game where you can die, that does sound cool. And if they didn't make it a dumbass harem anime, like, and if they would have actually stuck with the plot, like the first 2 episodes were great, and then it all became shit, and there was this incest shit. Fuck.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me, what?
Yeah, there was like
Oh my
an
God,
episode where the
Ninja, you don't
13-year-old tries
know?
to where the 13-year-old takes a fucking shower, and of course the show needs to like do some fucking softcore porn on it. It pissed me off so much.
What the fuck?
They ruined
Oh
it.
yeah.
Ugh.
No, Chris, please don't tell me that much more about Sword Art Online. I only know the fact that Roxy like took the main character of it and was like, okay, I kind of like how he's portrayed in what's the word?
Manga?
It's not a fan dub, but it's like
Oh, abridged.
yeah. She liked that, so she took
That's fair.
that and made
I mean,
him.
literally anything would make Kirito more interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
because he's not.
And
He's not,
that's a bad sign.
it's just. I think it's more like not the series itself. Like I don't care about any of the characters. It's just the concept I find so interesting, and they
yeah.
did nothing with it. It was so pretty.
Or
but
if they did, it was or if they did, it was really fucking stupid.
It was stupid and horny in all the wrong ways.
No, don't look up. Yeah.
Don't.
I'm not.
Yeah, don't. You will regret that decision. So I was actually watching a video review of a guy I sometimes watch on YouTube, Mother's Basement. If you've heard of him,
No.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going.
I have.
Doing a review of the latest season, Alicization. I think I said that right.
What?
Verdict was, well, this is better, but it's SAO, so it's still pretty bad.
Why does it look? It looks so good. Is what annoys me about it.
It's
it's
usually
so
pretty handsome.
Shit. But the writing.
It's so bad. It's so fucking bad.
Anyway, the point is, Avatar is good. You don't need to remake it. But I'm down for more like additions to the story. Everyone join me for my Avatar tabletop campaign soon.
That's not a goof. He's actually doing that.
Oh shit,
yeah.
that's cool. When's it set? Is it set like after Korra or?
Presumably, I do have ideas for like one-offs prior to the 100 Years' War because I've always been interested in that too.
Yeah.
But the main one would definitely be after Korra.
Honestly, I might hit you up on that. I'm not sure, but
Unfortunately, it is directed by M. Night Shyamalan, so don't hold your breath. But
funny.
All right.
Okay.
Shall we move on to the next one?
Yep.
So we don't
Alright,
talk
fine.
about Sword Art
That's my
Online more.
Please. Okay. The next one we have on the doctorate is Splatoon, except birds, specifically crows, instead of squids.
Why are they using ink in this? Because I get ink when
are
there's
they,
squids.
What are they putting on each other? Waiting,
Clocky?
but it's not ink.
Clocky.
Look, okay, blame Ninja. This is clearly
Fair.
where we were expected to go with this thought.
What are they
like-
splashing each other with? What are they getting coated in?
It could just be paint.
I mean, I was gonna say feathers.
I mean, fair enough. Like, I mean, my initial idea was like Animal Crossing style bird characters just kind of like shooting paintball guns at each other.
I mean, that could also be it.
That just sounds cute.
But then it's a
I remember
question of
playing
how do they
paintball.
get more paint? Because with the squids, it makes sense. You go in this paint and you kind of replenish it yourself a little bit.
And
Yeah.
also, I feel like it would be less effective if they're birds because it's like one of the main points of Splatoon is coating the area in paint, but if they can fly, I feel like that's less of a disadvantage, like movement-wise.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. Like, okay. Think about it this way. They already have it in Splatoon where there are, like, high-rise areas. You can only get so much, even if you have a weapon that, like, you can shoot things. So, we're assuming that even if they can fly, they're probably gonna make it less of 2D space with like the final result and more of a 3D space.
Uh-huh.
So you have to coat more of like the sides and the undersides of areas. So it's not going to inherently help you to be able to fly.
I guess, but I mean, like the movement. I know that the movement is slowed down if you're trying to like move through ink that's not your color, correct?
Right.
But how would you have like a different kind of thing in this version, or is it still
You
like?
could have clouds,
Oh, actually, okay.
Uh,
like ink clouds rather than, ink puddles.
That actually, okay, I'm down for that.
So that already adds the element of like, okay, then which direction am I gonna go to reverse this? Because normally in the game, you have left, right, up, down.
Mhm.
But if you're
No,
working
that
with...
just makes me think of like a Plague Doctor theme to the game with the whole concept of like miasma and like clearing the air.
why am I not surprised?
You were buying into when you became friends with me in the first place.
That sounds really good though, because like
Yeah.
part of it is what's going to happen with the aesthetic if you change it from squids to birds.
Yeah.
So yeah, Plague Doctor, I like it.
That's God, Plague Doctor is such a fucking metal aesthetic is the
And
thing.
it also
It
fits
is.
with the fact that the reason that these crows are now sentient is apocalypse happened. So you have that.
What happened?
Look
Hey.
at our
Question,
weird sequel to
what does
Splatoon.
this make the Octarians? Did they get to be?
Ravens? Wait, so they turned to what did they turn into? Crows?
Yeah.
So I feel
Wait.
Weren't the Octarians Blue Jays?
like
I'm confused. Is there like an actual post-apocalypse thing?
Yes.
In
In
Splatoon?
Splatoon, that is canon.
Oh, someone getting at me.
What?
No. Let me say it. Okay. So
Okay.
in Splatoon, it is actually canon that the reason that the Inklings are a thing is humans caused the apocalypse, essentially flooding the Earth. So they wiped
Wind
themselves out. Probably global warming. We're not entirely sure on that. So
What the fuck?
squids over time develop their own society because they're
Oh.
extremely intelligent creatures. So
Nintendo?
yeah.
You know what's weird?
Also,
Like,
the only
Yeah.
cat to still exist is named Jude.
Okay. You know what's weird? I goofed like, hey, it became Wind Waker, but the thing is, I think the Rudo evolved from the Zora
Yes.
or something like that.
Yep.
So this is
It-
just kind of like the reverse.
Ow.
Yeah, basically.
Right.
So today I learned
Remember
about
that half of your
Splatoon, huh,
favorite video
Chris?
games are actually the apocalypse.
Right. Okay. Sure.
I like this idea. I like Bird Splatoon.
I do like.
I feel in this case it feels more like one of those aerial dogfight kind of games, which I mean
Yeah,
sounds fucking
kinda.
cool.
Yeah, that'd probably be what it is. Like, Splatoon is meant to be a family-friendly first-person shooter made by Nintendo.
Oh, and then this one's like the Bloodborne of it.
How do you get Bloodborne
I mean,
out of
in terms of
aerial
aesthetics.
dogfights?
That's what I. Yeah, that's what
in
I'm
terms
wondering.
of aesthetics. Because you mentioned like plague doctors, and I would think like, fucking Bloodborne and like dark but still interesting. Like dark and gritty can be really boring, but if you're creative with it, if you make it like vivid and interesting, like Hollow Knight or something like that, like
Yeah.
You could have them in airships.
yes. This is just what's happening in the skies while the squid kids are fucking around on the ground.
Yes. This is actual Nintendo canon.
Ow.
My uncle from Nintendo is now breaking into my home. I am sorry, lads. It's been fun.
Yeah.
My favorite of these is when we actually come up with an idea that's like this. It's not even really all that funny. It's just really good. I love that.
Yeah.
I mean, we are actually a bunch of writers that, dare I say it, we're like actually more than slightly competent.
Yeah.
I'm not a very competent writer.
Nah, you're fine.
Ninja, I'm telling beans on that.
You can't prove anything to anyone here.
I don't need to prove anything to anyone because everybody present already knows.
Fuck you.
That's a fact.
Yes.
Fuck you. Just because I took a goof about a doll room last night and made an entire paragraph of lore that then made you sad means nothing. Shut up. Go away.
I mean, give the nice audience evidence.
Yeah. Make sure you post the doll room in the chat or something, or the video, whatever.
I can link it.
That's fair. I just really love this idea though. Like Splatoon is a good game. I haven't played it, but I've not really heard many bad things said about it gameplay wise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same here. I've never played it.
But I love.
I got splatted a lot. It was wonderful.
I love this idea.
So yeah.
But we need. Are there any other like gameplay elements that we want to add to it? Because like a Skybound Splatoon is interesting, but I feel like we can also add some more like little.
The judge character needs to be a kiwi bird.
Aww. Let's see.
Yes.
Potato.
Potato is actually an American woodcock.
Yes, I forgot because potato is orb shaped.
Woodcock.
Yeah, it's a funny word, but also they are like one of the cutest birds. But there's a lot of cute birds that I love. Like, I love kingfishers, I love ducks, I love bobwhite quails. We need to stop before I continue on my list of birds that I enjoy.
Yes, alright, let's get to the third, the next topic.
Okay.
I mean,
hello?
I
Okay.
wanted to finish up the Splatoon one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just a little bit.
Sorry, Discord shut itself for a second.
So, okay. We didn't quite solidify what the aesthetic of it would be.
And I'm
Like-
assuming goth
I feel like
because
it would be
Corbin.
kind of like goth, but like in a very kind of cartoon Halloween way.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Like
god,
theme
yes!
kids.
Sonic Adventure 2's Dark Garden. Yeah, like just a very approachable kind of cute spookiness.
Mm-hmm.
A Nightmare Before Christmas Eve, almost.
Yeah, I'm thinking somewhere between
Because
like
again, like
Hollow Knight and Night in
Splatoon
the
is
Woods.
like apocalyptic, but it's important to remember that Splatoon is also
About
taking an
capitalism.
apocalyptic setting
Yep.
and a shooter
Colorful.
medium
And
making
super
them,
colorful
things
aesthetic.
that are colorful and visually appealing and fun and interesting and very kid friendly. So I feel like naturally we would need to do that with Toon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We need to be true to the roots of child friendliness.
That's fair.
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
Because I think one of the, at least what I've heard from interviews, is that Splatoon was specifically made. It's like they wanted to have like some sort of shooter thing, but that was like not about killing everyone.
Yep. And
And
Splatoon
they
is
made
a
most of the internet obsessed with squids.
Yes.
so Splatoon is
Lovecraft is turning his
already
grave.
Splatoon itself already has like a nautical name, so what would we call the bird one?
Oh God. Bad at naming things, so I have no idea.
Some kind of vapor pun plus some kind of aerial formation pun.
Thinking something with avian, maybe? Or if it's about clouds, maybe like silver lining?
Cloud plus squadron. It's cute and
I mean,
catchy.
Wait,
Yeah.
what is the combination? What is the portmanteau that you're doing with it, though?
Cloud
Plus squadron.
Yeah, what
could
is
just
the end
call-
result?
Cloud Run.
Oh,
Cloud's not too
cute.
bad.
Yeah.
You see.
It makes it sound like it's a race, but that also is not a bad idea. Wait, if it could be a racing thing too.
You race
doesn't
around the
like-
track trying to paint as much of it as you can, so you have to like do different routes.
Oh, it's like like a skybound kart racer thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you can't like always have like here's my go-to for getting around in that. You have to have
Yeah.
like different ways you get around the course. But then if other kart racers can cover you,
Well,
other-
that because that's still about like painting the course though, because you're like flying around. You want to try and paint it as much as you can. Like you have different brushes, different
Yeah.
like cloud things. Like it's like skywriting, but
And
with a
you-
race.
you get the most amount of points if you get first. However, because points also come from how much of the space you cover, you can
Yes.
still get worse than someone else if they cover all of your clouds.
And the thing is, the clouds themselves could be a disadvantage because like you have to like fly through them and like try and
Yeah.
maneuver through them safely. It's
Yep.
like there you go. There's your disadvantage
Yeah.
to like how you a similar thing they're moving through ink.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
That'll
did
work.
it.
Other thought here.
Yep.
Yes.
You would be emitting the clouds behind you as you would go.
Mm-hmm.
What?
For fart jokes, I don't say this against it. I say rather this would improve its popularity.
Yeah. I mean, the original Splatoon is full of children, so it's like, I mean, there's gonna be
Just-
fart humor in there somewhere.
No brown clouds.
Yeah.
It needs to be it needs to be color blindness accessible, just like normal Splatoon.
There you go.
Yeah.
We made a video game. What the fuck?
Feels awesome, doesn't it? It's kind of like when Glocky just came up with Heartfelt off the top of his head.
I feel like this existing in the same universe as Animal Crossing but in space is good shit.
Yes.
We can't release this, so we don't want anyone to steal our ideas. This idea will totally make with all of our video game expertise.
Listen, if someone wants to actually make this though, please just give us a small cut. Like just a little bit.
We like money.
Please.
Please give me $5.
I've been trying to get paid for anything I've done creatively for years.
Please just donate a lot of money to Future Fate.
There you go.
All
We
right.
have a Patreon, right?
Yeah.
The podcast does not. Please do not ask about that.
You don't want to give money to this. Alright, we made Cloudrin. I'm very proud of us all.
Hey.
And
So what's
now,
our last one, Ninja?
time for the last idea. Are you ready? This is actually
Yes.
a spoiler.
What?
Naruto, except they're all clowns instead of ninjas. Which
Yeah,
is an
there
idea
it
given
Oh
by
my
Game.
god.
Question is, are we going to actually like dedicate ourselves to the premise that they're clowns,
Yes.
or are we going to dedicate them to this premise about as much as the actual main game, dedicates itself to ninja stuff, which is to say 95,000% of the ninja techniques, and yes, that's 1,000%. So many of the ninja techniques are completely useless for covert assassination, and nobody actually is a covert assassin.
That's
and the idea
what-
of someone being a covert assassin is like surprising and shocking, even though they're all ostensibly ninjas.
And they have a secret
more
group,
committed to being
and they have a
pirates.
secret group that does it anyway.
Hear me out. This idea was submitted by me. Hear me out. So, the reason that I came up with this is
Yep.
because back in high school, a friend of mine mentioned that Naruto, like, the thing about it is that they're not really ninjas, they're mages. Like, that's their whole
Yeah.
thing.
Wizards.
Yes, they're wizards.
Listen,
So, what if you have them be something that's actually related to, like, doing magic tricks and stuff? So it's just a bunch of different clans of clowns. A clash of clowns, if you will.
I mean, there's a couple differences you'd have to include with the characters, though, because
Not
like
with Naruto, he dresses like a clown. Alright.
no, hear me out though. You still have to follow clown law in like some iteration.
I mean,
God, though, that just makes
Mama.
me imagine like Orochimaru being introduced, and then like Orochimaru's like a bad guy renegade jerk face, right? So just like Jiraiya just looking up, being like, "Oh, it's that bad clown. Oh, he's drinking that. That's against clown law."
Yep.
I
It is against clown law to drink or smoke while in costume. So that's part of it.
I saw a post about that recently about the clown college and clown law take themselves very seriously.
I mean, that's just more conflict for our show.
Yes.
Yeah, that explains exactly why they're fighting each other. All the bad guys have besmirched clown law.
It makes me think of the Warriors Cat series. It's like following the Warrior Code, except it's clown code.
I know nothing about almost nothing about warrior cats, so that just flew right over me.
Me looking at my bookshelf that has literally the entire, like, fucking
Gage, you're a
40-book
furry.
series.
Just admit it to yourself.
How dare you?
You're literally going to MFF with me.
Shut up.
We've literally gone to the small Wisconsin con together. You can't even.
Oh my goodness.
I will not confirm nor deny.
And I've
Okay,
gone to
Ninja
various
confirmed
fairy
for you.
meets by myself.
Yes.
But,
Like
like,
the only thing I know warrior cats about is like everybody makes like animatics of them on YouTube or
Yeah.
something.
Yep.
yeah, that's a... I never got into that when I was younger, and I'm disappointed in myself for it.
Honestly, the one thing I know about Warrior Cats is there's a character named Squirrelflight, and I would
Yeah.
probably have stanned her if I knew. If I had discovered it in my tender youth.
I'll just say, I mean, minor spoilers. At least as far as the books are concerned now, she is still alive.
Okay.
Still
Fun.
hanging there. She's banging the leader of ThunderClan,
Okay, that's nice.
I have no
which
idea.
I'm
what
sure
the
means
story
nothing
is.
to any of you. I'm sorry, I forgot that. I'm getting
That
the whole Warriors
sounds-
Cats, like you
that-
know.
Literally no context for warrior cats characters.
Oh, I'm
fighting each
sorry. Do
other.
none of you know fucking hardcore Warrior Cats lore?
All I know is that Garfield is a legitimate warrior name.
Shut up! You're right, and I hate you.
Because Gar is a fish, and they know what the fuck a field is.
Shut up. You're right. No, we'll save that
Also
question for
Mountain
another
Dew.
episode.
Okay, but Gage,
Go on,
riddle me this with your Warrior Cats lore.
please.
Tiger Claw, right?
Sorry, one more time.
One of the cats is named Tiger Claw, right?
Yes.
Tiger is.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know.
How do they know what a tiger is?
I don't know. Like, there's some. Okay, I'll keep this short. I don't know. Like, I think there's just some fucking bullshit legends or whatever. It's like, oh yes, the Shadow Clan got their stripes because they hid in the shadows, and that's how. And something like tigers or panthers, something. I don't know, because they like live outside of domesticated, like people, domesticated human beings' houses. So I don't know what the fuck, and it's presumably in like England. I don't
They
know how the
might-
fuck they know what a tiger is.
They might have seen, like, I don't know, tigers in a zoo?
No, they don't know what a
Cat to
zoo
a
is.
zoo.
Tiger
They've
I
been
don't
to a
know.
city
Who
once.
does like look mittens? It's a tiger.
Take your cat to the zoo day.
It just makes me think of that video of that cat like ready to throw down with a tiger inside a cage.
Yep.
Cats are just fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
I mean, people are weird.
Yeah.
You put a toddler in front of, like, you know, a monkey, and they're just like, I want to play with this. Or
Yeah,
I
that's
want to
good
jump off this 5-foot thing of rocks, and you're like, please, no.
Why do
Then
you
they
not
get
understand your own
upset.
mortality?
They get upset when you take them away from the rocks, and they're like, no, I wanted to die today. And you're just like, you're two.
No, I wanted to die today.
That isn't the words they say with it, but it's basically what they're saying.
Oh my goodness.
Children don't know anything, and it's great. Anyway, the point is, Naruto with clowns would be great.
We
Like,
should
not-
probably focus more on the Naruto.
Welcome
No,
to
I'm fine with
everything
talking. I'm fine with talking about warrior
is the
cats.
same
Okay, but,
except
like-
where we regularly get off topic.
It's fine.
We regularly get off topic, but that's because the shiny things off the path are worth it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
but like
fine.
concept
That's
here,
true.
would all deadly Naruto battles, would all ostensibly deadly Naruto battles, be replaced instead with just like you lose a clown battle by just getting absolutely terribly dunked on? Like you don't get like blown up or anything, you just get pied. You just get pied.
Yes.
I don't know, I like the mortality aspect of a clown
It's
battle.
good either way. Is the
Like
thing.
against clown law, ninja.
Clown lawn
Does
does
clown
not...
law have any laws against murder?
No!
Clown must not kill clown.
I think clown law does say things where it's like you can't do things that besmirch the good name of clowning, and I'm pretty sure murder is on that list.
You don't know that. There could be clown
okay.
assassins.
I'm gonna get up clown law right now.
Thank you.
Wait to my phone as we speak.
Like, okay.
Crying real tears.
I feel it works either way because either it's a fucking dumbass thing where they get in the middle of the field and just throw pies at each other, or it's like hardcore clowns fucking fighting to the death.
Okay,
And
but I'm
either
just
way,
saying
that's
that it's just like you
great.
can't just like hit somebody in the face with a pie and call it good. It has to be funny. So I'm
Yeah.
just, you just have extremely exaggerated shonen fights, except they operate on Looney Tunes logic.
Oh my god, yes, you see the potential in this. Thank you.
Oh,
Like all these badass looking characters, but like made up like clowns. Like this is, it would be fucking amazing. Like they try and make a goth badass
so,
looking
like
clown.
Sasuke's like a scene cool kid, right? So do you know what that means? Do you know what that
He's
means?
a mime.
He absolutely, Gage. You absolutely just read my vibe there. He is so mime.
Holy shit. God.
Okay, that wasn't totally me just being clever. It's also because I read a comic called Cirque du Royale, and like that is a world where it's like the clowns and mimes are a thing, and they're different species and they can interbreed.
What?
It's okay. Hold on. It sounds stupid, but it's legitimately a really nice comic. And I don't want to be mean because I kind of do know the author, and like they're a really nice
Aw.
person.
Okay.
It's like it sounds weird, but when you read it, it's like, oh, this is actually just really wholesome. I like.
Where, like,
Sorry, what?
premises where it's like I think that somebody could feasibly like pull that off and make that not weird, and it just
Yeah.
sounds weird at first blush.
It does. That's the thing.
You don't know the person, you're not sure in what context they're making it weird, so you're just like,
Is everyone ready to hear about the 8 clown commandments?
Yes.
Yes.
Please.
so
Hold on.
ready.
Before you do that, I'm gonna
so
post the
unbelievably
link.
ready to hear about the clown commandments.
There you go. I linked the comic. It's a really cute comic. Yes, tell us the clown commandments, Ninja.
I'm also gonna add this to the doc so I remember
Please
to
do.
put the
Yeah.
clown comic in the...
I didn't mean to call your comic stupid. If you happen to listen to this, it's just it sounds weird concept, but it's really good.
Yep.
My comic sounds silly too. It's fucking furries in the.
Furries in the future and Trinity cute. Anyway.
Yeah.
8 clown commandments. 1. I will keep my acts, performance,
God.
and behavior in good taste while I am in costume and makeup. I will remember at all times that I have been accepted as a member of the Clown Club only to provide others, principally children, with clean clown comedy entertainment.
So
I
while
remember
Naruto
that
clown
good
will
clown
find-
entertainment entertains others by making fun of him or herself, and not at the expense or embarrassment of others. So that does suggest you can't kill if you're a clown.
So it's basically more like clown rap battles, but self-depreciating.
Whoever makes themselves seem the worst.
Whoever
is doing-
roasts themselves the best.
Yep. I will learn to apply my makeup in a professional manner. I will provide my own costume. I will carry out my appearance and assignment for the entertainment of others and not for personal gain or personal publicity when
Oh, that
performing
was definitely broken clown law.
for
Would you-
either the
it's-
international club or alley events. I will
When you
always try
word
to
it-
remain anonymous while in makeup and costume as a clown, though there may be circumstances where it is not reasonably possible to do so.
Hold on.
Yep.
The way it's worded, it sounds like some sort of assassin contract.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still getting this energy of, like, nobody knows your secrets.
Yep.
They must never know.
Yep.
You must kill without ever being found.
Oh god.
Alternatively, these are like, how do you know that this is not the noble society of the secret society of clown exorcists? Can you imagine Dracula and how utterly unprepared Dracula would be? Dracula like opens the door and then there's a clown.
They have so many handkerchiefs, he'd be forced to count them.
Yeah, that's true. Alright.
I'm gonna make my clown assassin OC anyway.
Are you ready for
Keep-
3?
Yes, give it
Sure.
I will neither drink alcoholic beverages nor smoke while in makeup or clown costume.
Sure.
Also, I will not drink alcoholic beverages prior to any clown appearance. I will conduct myself as a gentleman/lady, never interfering with other acts, events, spectators, or individuals. I will not become involved or tolerate sexual harassment or discrimination on the basis
Good.
of race, color, religion, sex, national origin, age, disability, or any protected status.
You know, I love that we have all been having a good time here about clowns, but actually the revelation here is just by the law of clown creed. Clowns are more upstanding people than most of us, and we could all frankly
know.
find these.
Yes.
Yeah, I love clowns.
Clown law makes more sense than the warrior code, I'll tell you that.
I would become a clown if I didn't have my latex.
And you're just like, you know what? What am I doing wrong with my life? I need to live by clown law. This is going to be a new mental evaluation I'm going to add to myself. I'm going to say, would I do this if I was operating under clown law?
I mean, you don't drink alcoholic beverages already, so I think you're good.
That's true. Clown costume constantly. Oh.
Bird. You're already getting in the spirit.
I would become a clown if I didn't have my latex allergy.
Damn. You could still become a mime.
Never.
It's like a clown.
Never.
It's like a clown, but even more dangerous.
Alright. Number 4. I will remove my makeup and change into my street clothes as soon as possible following my appearance, so that I cannot be associated with any incident that may be detrimental to the good name of clowning. I will conduct myself as a gentleman lady at all times. Number
It's the
5.
end?
What?
Oh.
No, there's 8 sections to clown law. Come on,
Oh, I
Chris.
8 clown
Okay,
commandments.
Okay, I thought we had gone in like reverse or something.
While
Alright,
on
keep going.
appearance and makeup, I will carry out the directive of the producer or his designated deputies. I will abide by all performance rules without complaint in public. Number 6.
Naruto trying to become the new producer instead of the fucking Hokage.
I will do my very best to maintain the best clown standard of makeup, costuming, properties, and comedy. Number 7. I
Mhm.
will appear in as many clown shows as I possibly can.
Yeah, damn right you will.
Number 8. And the final commandment. I will be committed to providing an atmosphere free of discrimination and harassment for clowns of all ages to share ideas and learn about the art of clowning.
I like they say clowns of all ages. Are you
Yeah.
entertaining clowns in this scenario instead of children?
No. So this is referring to when you're in like the clown conferences. Well, clown conventions. Not like a furry
Amazing.
convention, but like a business convention.
No, this is my clown soda.
No, it is a business convention.
I know. That's the
I
thing.
think
It's just. It
It's
probably
in Las
is.
Vegas.
I want to go to fucking ClownCon. Can we
You-
stop going to MFF? Can we go to ClownCon?
No, you can't,
I'm
because you're
da-
not a
I'm-
clown.
Not
down.
How
I'm down
dare
with this.
you?
You're not a clown.
Not yet.
Oops.
I'm working on it. I will defend my village. My clown village. And my clown children.
So they actually
Oh,
have like
God.
a schedule for the clown convention. I'm just
Yeah?
kind of scrolling through it.
Hmm.
Honestly, I was not expecting this journey, Clonky. Any of
Why are
this?
you saying that to me like I was... Oh, I see now. I was about to say, why are you asking this to me like I expected this?
It was all Quacky's idea.
I'll just give you guys the convention program book
Thank you.
Wow.
so you can look at it
Oh,
at your leisure. We will not
You know,
talk
I've been-
about it now because
I've been really wondering like what I should do with my life, but you know, you know what?
I mean, I considered it the other week, honestly.
Ow.
I mean, honestly, like, you look at clown law, and it's like, this is actually an honorable and noble profession.
You know?
I'm not even, like, I'm
Yeah.
not even goofing here. This is actually, like, clowns are upstanding people, and I need to think of another way to insult people than by insinuating they're a clown, because clowns actually are better than this.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
It's sort of like how Satanists are
entertainers.
better people than you would think.
Yeah, on the whole, yeah. Clown Satanists, they gotta be real good.
My God.
You can't have that because you have to have anonymity.
I know the word you're using, it's
Yeah.
okay.
You have to be anonymous outside of when you're a clown. So
You can do that.
So people would
So
not
they'd
know
have
that
to be
you are both a Satanist and a clown.
Yeah, you would have to only be a Satanist in your private life.
Yep.
Yeah, you can do that though.
Like
I'm
you
not
could still
saying
be
it's someone
both.
I'm not saying a clown who like openly says they are a Satanist. I'm saying a clown, someone who follows clown law and who also in their spare time is a Satanist.
Yeah, like you could have that, but the thing is, no one would be able to know. Well, maybe you could say like I'm a clown. You just
Yeah,
couldn't
I
say
mean-
who you are.
Yeah.
I don't know. If
I'm a
there's any
clown.
clowns listening, please inform us, and then also tell me how I can become one.
Yeah.
please.
Also, help us out with our clown anime.
I'm just
Because, like, we
imagining
haven't
one of
felt
them
the stomach.
barging in. Now I'm just imagining one of them barging in on our comment, whatever the comment section would be, and going like, "Please, Lilo and Stitch, here, educate yourself."
Well, no, it wouldn't just be one. They would come in a very small car, and there would be a lot of them.
Damn it!
Legendary.
Yeah. Thank you. Like, I honestly kind of
oh,
just
God.
want Naruto, but except they're just clowns instead. Like that's all I really need in life is just that. Like imagine the fucking anime ass designs, but clowns.
Mhm.
Think about that. Dream about that because I do. And I can't be the only one.
Gage dreams of clowns.
Anime clowns.
I mean, there is one anime clown I can think of.
Ronald McDonald?
Nope. So Phoenix
Hunter
Wright
Hunter?
has a clown.
There was a split second I was gonna be like, wait, what? But then it's like, no, that's Phoenix Wright. Yeah, sure, that's Phoenix Wright.
Okay, there's two. One is
Oh,
a
don't forget that
horny
one
guy
clown. One is a not horny clown. Which one do you want to know
Both?
about first?
And I actually just
told
remember
Gabe
there's
about
a
the horny clown.
there's a pirate clown in One Piece, Buggy.
Oh yeah, this is true.
Forgot about Buggy and his whole crew actually is. Though Buggy would definitely, he's definitely not under clown law.
I was, yeah.
The bastard. Tell us about the horny clown from Phoenix Wright first.
Okay.
A clown. There's also a clown in Hunter x Hunter.
What?
His name basically almost literally translates to sneaky.
Hey, is that Hisoka?
He's a clown.
He's a clown?
Yes. Does he
Wait.
not look like a clown?
I'm a little.
It's like a
thrown off.
magic eye illusion clicking into place.
Hold up. There's a character named Hisoka. Okay. In one of the campaigns I ran, we had a character who was a necromancer named Hisoka. So this is a weird energy for me to imagine that little necromancer fox dude as a clown.
How do you look at this and say, wait, that guy was a clown? I had no idea. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
No, no, no.
Who's this Dragon Ball Z character?
I mean, okay, I mean, it's one of those
Fucking
things where it's like
clown.
you don't think about it, but then when you say it, it's like, oh my god, everything makes sense now.
He's a clown, ladies and gents.
Okay,
I
also,
think you-
Clown Dragon Ball Z though?
I think there's also a lot of people who want to date the clown
Yeah.
Why not?
in
That's-
fandom. People
That's
are
just
thirsty for this clown.
fandoms.
If you bang a clown, do they make that?
Don't be mean to clowns. We just established they are honorable people.
You can't fuck a clown. You can
They
fuck
have to
Costume.
fuck. How else is the Clown Village genealogy going to continue? Clowns have to have sex.
makeup.
Unless you're implying clowns reproduce asexually. Yeah, it sucks either way, doesn't it?
What the fuck?
You heard it here first.
Why do you make me hear these things?
Because otherwise it means I'm the only one that has to think these stupid thoughts.
Oh my fucking god. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, do we want to know about the horny clown from Phoenix
Yes.
Wright?
Oh, we do
Yeah.
We
not.
need to know about the people who. We need to know about these traitors to clown law.
Yes. Traitors.
Oh my god. Motherfucker. Go ahead.
What?
Ow. Ow.
Let me just get this up for everyone to see.
Oh, okay, not horny.
Like-
Isn't the clown is horny. Horny isn't someone designed the clown in a horny manner.
I mean, her titties jiggle, and she is kind
I
of
love
like
the look of
flirty.
complete suffering in her eyes. Like somewhere in there, there's a soul that is dying.
That she might she's wearing pride colors, so
She is a murderer.
oh,
Like, spoilers
that's
for
frowned
Phoenix
upon.
Wright.
Oh,
A character being a murderer. What a surprise.
I admit I would read a story about a gay clown murderer. A person who is gay that is a clown and murderer,
Yep.
specifically.
So what's the other one look like?
Yes. What's the not horny clown? I'm guessing it's a dude.
Yes.
Yep, called it.
I mean, he is kind of horny if I remember the jokes he
Oh
made.
my
Oh
God.
no! Why? Why?
No, wait, he's not the horny
Burn
one. The
it.
doctor was the horny one. Never mind. My bad. He's not
Okay.
that horny.
Okay, anyone who is like a character designer, pro tip: teeth. Teeth always make things more creepy. Always.
I'm just remembering the friggin' ninja, the worst versions of the Ninja Turtles suits in live action. They always overemphasize the teeth.
Yeah.
I like how you
Fucky,
say
have you
the
been
teeth are the
have-
worst part, and then it's like his entire costume is just weird teeth focus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying like the more teeth you add, the creepier it gets.
Looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Summon monster that's going to eat your enemies.
Fuck you, you're right.
And I'm
That
right.
is goddamn terrifying.
So yeah, we've seen the 3 different things of anime clowns. We've seen old man, horny bitch, and horny, I don't even know.
And murderer.
Yeah.
That
Horny
is a clown
mom.
that is killed.
Batman the Animated Series redesigned a Joker that looks like Hisoka.
You know, I
So
would not be
the-
surprised if. I mean, they made a Batman Ninja CGI anime thing.
Yeah, they did.
What?
Yeah. No.
We don't need to go
Send me
into
that later. Send me that later, please.
He kind of looks Hisoka-y in that almost.
So I think we can all agree that like Naruto but with clowns is a good idea.
Yes.
Yep.
We
you.
wandered far afield from that, but yeah.
We got back to where.
Clown enlightenment, Chris, and that was important.
And you know, I
Very
think
true.
all the listeners should question: are you following clown law? Have you broken the clown commandments? You could be better, you know. That's something to work towards.
You could be better.
We could all be better.
Better
Quick
by
service
following
announcement,
clown
and I'm
clown
here.
law.
So,
I think that's a good note to end it on. You think?
all right. Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
Clowns
So-
know what's up.
So yeah. Clocky, that means you go first.
Yes, this has been Clocky, who has twice in a row entry.
Missed his cue.
So I'm just gonna call it a day
We still love you.
till further.
Chris.
Oh, you. So I no longer have a leg to stand on. So, this is Chris C signing off.
I'm Gage, CatComixStudios. I make Key to the Future's Fate.
And I'm Ninja, and this has been Everything is the Same Except. Tune in next week when we find out what happens when you make Kirby into a furry. See you next time. Bye.